It's really important to involve our residents, because unless we find out what people want, our customers, it's impossible to provide a good service. By listening to them, we can actually provide the services that they want and offer value for money. It's really good for tenants to get involved, because if they've got issues that are not resolved, they can actually come to see us, tell us what the issues are or the complaints, we can do something about it. The quickest way to get involved is to be on our customer panel. If you're on the customer panel, you will receive a survey maybe 4 times a year. You'll be invited to our events, which sometimes are just fun, or it could be about letting you know what our services provide. Middle source of involvement is a residents group, where you would be meeting maybe once a month. High level is our scrutiny panel, which is really good, and they actually inspect our services. It's saved about £50,000 in looking at our services and how to do them differently. More than 30 recommendations have been accepted by the board. That is a bit more time intensive, because it's regular meetings over a 13-week period to complete that scrutiny. But we've found that our tenants have gained in confidence. They're actually using the scrutiny panel as a means of adding experience to their CVs, and a couple of them have actually been on distance learning courses to get qualifications.
I first made an inquiry after receiving a flyer in basically with my rent statement, asking for people who might have an input, whether it be opinions or suggestions, who have a little bit of time on them at their hands, to be involved in One Vision Housing in a creative capacity, in a constructive capacity.
We have ongoing training for all sorts of different things. It just makes everything a bit easier to understand sort of things. When you're not involved, you don't understand what's going on at One Vision Housing. But I think once you get involved, you start to understand more of how things work, and if they have to say no, that there's a reason why they've got to say no, and they're not just saying no to you. You understand a lot more, and I think getting involved does that for you.
We as a team decide what information we would like to collect from the organisation, and then we scrutinise what comes back, and we look for ways in which service delivery can be improved across the organisation to ensure, firstly, a better quality service to customers. So we look at quality of service delivery, the frequency of service delivery. Of course, we look at the costings to see whether what One Vision Housing is trying to achieve is cost effective, and we look for general ways which can improve the service for everybody involved.
We've got a group of tenants who are our tenants inspectors, and they're really good. And they actually inspect our service from a reality point of view. They go and inspect our reception areas to make sure that we're looking at all E&D requirements, level access, things like that. Another job the tenants do, which is really valuable to us, is inspect our empty properties. They go in the property as a tenant or a future tenant. They look at the lettable standards, and they ensure that all the stuff that we've paid for, if you understand from a company, is being done. That's a really valuable service for us. Tenant inspectors also ring customers back who's recently had a repair carried out. They'll ask the tenant, was the repair carried out properly? Was the operative polite? Were they happy?
When they say that we need to come up, they put a taxi on, pick us up. Sometimes there's a lunch involved, sometimes there isn't, if we're only here for an hour or so. And then taxi to take us right back home. There's no reason why you can't do it.
Different ways of getting involved. You can use the website, that gives you all the ways that you can get involved. You can ring our customer contact number. We send regular letters out. We have leaflets, we have information booklets in all the area offices, and hopefully the message will go across for the neighbourhood staff going out as well.
What they're about is basically making the tenants a part of the OVH property services, with the tenant being looked after the way they do look after them. It brings us into a better circle. Don't always get it right first time, but there's always a second time you can go back and make amends, and they're not afraid of doing that. They're not afraid of saying, got that bit wrong, but let's get it right now. And that's what I respect them more for.